What's up? This is Metal Nate, and I am here with Galder from DIMMU BORGIR. How's the tour been going for you so far?
It's been going very good. We just finished a European tour, and then we had like 2 weeks off, and then we went straight to America, and then it's been going good. We've been here for like 2 weeks now with 3 other bands, so it's a good chemistry and a good atmosphere, and it's rock and roll.
Yeah, you're on tour with Enslaved, Blood Red Throne, and Dawn of Ashes. Is that a good lineup for you guys? Are you carrying that lineup on to another leg of the tour, or is this just for America?
We toured with Enslaved in Europe as well, so that's nothing new. But the other 2 bands is the first time we toured with, and it's probably only going to be. But it's good to sort of go back to the roots after we toured with Korn. You know, we did those bigger shows in Europe, so it's good to have some more black metal tour going on right now. So yeah,
awesome.
It's been going really good.
And you just released Abrahadabra about a month ago in the U.S.
Yeah.
How have fans in the U.S. as well as abroad? They got it a little bit earlier, but how did they like it? How do people in the U.S. seem to be liking it?
It seems to be going very good. We were a bit skeptical on how people would react to it the first listening through, because there's just so much going on, and it's a new album for us, so to speak. We tried to do something different with this album, so we were a bit skeptical, but it's been going over every expectations, and many good reviews, and people seem to like it after they listen to it a few times and accept the new changes and stuff like that. So I think it's going very good.
Abrahadabra features a full orchestra and choir. What made you guys decide to return to using a full orchestra? I know you had done that on Puritanical, Euphoric, Misanthropia, and on Death Called Armageddon in the past.
Yeah. Well, I think the main reason is that on the previous album in Sorte Diablo, we used only MIDI keyboards from computers and stuff. So on this one we wanted to sort of go back and have the real deal, because it just sounds better, we think. And also we wanted this album to sound more epic than we did in the past, and have even more orchestra than we had before. And also, like, we also used a lot of choir in the past, but it's always been on the keyboard. So when we're actually thinking about having choir, why not having a real choir as well? So that's why we decided to do that, and that is completely new to us to use a choir, but I think that also worked out really good. So that gives us some inspiration for the next album too, you know, to maybe use more of the choir thing, and because it really just floats along really good with the music, I think. So
yeah, it really gives the album a huge sound.
Yeah, it was recorded in many different studios, 4 studios. We started out in our home studio with all the sample work and just the basic ideas, and then we went to Sweden to record the drums and the vocals, and then we did the guitars in Norway and the orchestra in a different studio in Norway.
Wow.
And then we mixed everything in England at Andy Sneap's place. So I don't think you can recognize the sound from any particular studio, because it's just recorded a bunch of places, so that also gives it a bit different sound than what people are used to, you know, because we always recorded in the same studio the whole albums in the past, so that was also something new for us to do.
Yeah, and is that because I know it was a long production time for this album. It was about 11 months, is that correct?
With making the songs and everything, that was probably something like that, you know, but I don't think that's really that long time, you know, if you think about it, to put an album together and record everything and stuff in 11 months, so.
Was any of it written on the road, or was it all written off the tour?
No, we always say before we go on tour that we should make music on tour, but it never really happens, you know. So we just, when we're home, we just meet up like 3, 4, 5 times a week, you know, just share ideas and, you know, just put stuff together on the studio we have back in Norway, you know, and then we rehearse them and see how it sounds. And but I think, like, on this album, it's the hardest we've ever heard. We could, like, make a song, and then we could go back to the song and change it, like, several times, you know. So it was a new way of working for us, but it went really smoothly, and so It was a great process to make the album.
Is there any plan to ever try playing with a live orchestra and choir?
Yeah, we have some plans on that, actually. We're going to do a concert in Oslo, hopefully. Everything is running after the plan so far, but you never know what can happen. But if it goes through, then we will play along with the main orchestra in Norway and have a huge production and stuff. So that's going to be awesome. And if we have chord space on all the persons in the orchestra, I don't know, but it's going to be a bit straight for us, and it's something completely new and very, very big for us. So
Are you gonna make that into a DVD maybe or a live?
Yeah, I think so, because it's like the national TV channel that is organizing it. So I'm pretty sure that they will record it and send it on TV, and we can make a DVD of it as well, so everyone can see it. So yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Cool. And how have things in the Norway black metal scene been? I know in the past there's been some tension with the government and just in general because of the high profile, I guess, crimes that were associated with a few specific outlying groups. But have you guys received acceptance in the scene, even from people who aren't really into black metal?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we're getting a lot more respect now, and people respect us as musicians and not technics or whatever. So, yeah, you can really tell that when we go to the TV studios or whatever, like people are like curious about us and you know, come and say hello to us and stuff like that. And in the past, it was just like looking really down on you, you know, if you wear black clothes. But it seems to be a lot more house clean now, and it's more about the music than everything around it, you know, as it was in the past. So, yeah, I mean, we finally get the credit we deserve, I think, and we're in the newspapers in Norway. We have like 7 pages in a newspaper in Norway, and that was... that didn't happen in the past, you know. They just focused on the church burnings and the murder in the past. So yeah, it's a more house clean now, I think.
Good. That's awesome. It's good to see that they're finally recognizing you guys as talent. And
yeah, I mean, we're one of the biggest band in Norway. I think actually we are the biggest band in Norway. So I mean, it's cool that they also show us that credit, you know. So
yeah,
it's awesome.
Biggest export from Norway.
Yeah. Strangely enough.
It's a good thing, I think. Do you guys have a favorite, or do you specifically, I guess, have a favorite track off of the new album to play?
I think we all have like different personal favorites. I mean, I like Gateways, and I also like the Molecule.
Ooh, good songs.
But I mean, that's just my favorite. So I think everyone in the band has different. Some guys prefer the DIMMU BORGIR song, and yeah.
Okay, and
I think those are my favorites.
Have the recent lineup changes, both before the album, with the departure of Vortex and Mustis, and after the album came out, I believe in July, there was another, or in August rather, has that affected you guys as far as the album as well as your live sound?
I think if it affected us, I think it just made us want to prove, like, even stronger that we are still able to make a good album, you know. So it just this happened just in the middle of the process. We were actually starting working on the album before, but some of those members weren't showing up. So yeah, we just had to take those steps, and I think it just motivated us to do it even stronger. And we were also a bit skeptic that people might think that we wouldn't have any keyboards or anything like that. So we wanted to have a lot of keyboards and a lot of orchestration on the album as well, and you know, just make it sound very epic. So yeah, I think it motivated us as well. So.
And the current members you have on keyboards playing live with you, as well as playing on bass guitar, are they staying, or is that temporary?
We have Galder also on keyboards. He's a new keyboard player. He played also on the album. Cyrus is a session bass player for now. And yeah, Darry on drums, he's also been with us for a few years, you know, so he's also sort of permanent. But we like to keep it, the 3 of us as the permanent members, you know, just because of all the that's happened in the past.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of lineup changes in the band. I mean, I'm a new member, sort of. I've been in the band for 11 years, but still.
I mean, 11 years is a while.
Yeah, so, I mean, because of all the we like to keep it like a 3-piece, and then people need to prove themselves, you know, and in order to, like, be permanent members, so to speak. So, but the lineup we have now is really great. I mean, I think we sound more tight now live than we've actually ever done. And it's really cool to play live now because it just sounds so tight. So we play after click tracks, you know, and so it's awesome. So sounds really good live. So
if you could tour with any band, past or present, whom would you tour with?
You know what? I think I actually fulfilled that dream because we went on Offfest and we opened up for Judas Priest, Slayer, and Black Sabbath, you know. So that was pretty cool. I mean, of course, playing in front of Metallica and, you know, those good old bands is, of course, cool. But we also been spoiled with the bands we played with in the past. So I think we actually haven't fulfilled our dreams there. So
Oh, good.
there's not really. Of course, we would like to tour with all the great bands, but that's not possible. But so we are very happy with the ones we tour with. So yeah, and we've also played a bunch of festivals with great bands as well. So
Cool.
yeah, of course, we were just standing behind the scene and watching them every day. So it was just as cool every day, for like 9 weeks. So it was awesome.
Yeah. Do you ever get tired of having to put on corpse paint makeup every time?
No, I used to, in the past, I was like, I wish I could go on stage with, shorts and normal shoes, and just play like a normal show. But but now I'm actually so comfortable with putting the makeup on, and, it just gets you into the role of the music, and it sort of changes your character a little bit, and so now I'm just so used to doing it, and I couldn't be without it now, I think, it's just great to have that stuff to put on, and also we want the show to look good, DIMMU BORGIR is about the whole package and not standing on stage with shorts and white shoes, we actually have white shoes, but not sneakers,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It's all about, it's a lot about the image too in DIMMU BORGIR. I mean, it's like 50-50, the image and music, so it's very important for us to have a full package, so to speak, with the visual and the music, so.
Okay.
And I also think when we go to see other bands, we also like to see bands that have something different, not just do the same thing. It's more entertaining for the metal kids to see.
So like Rammstein or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, cool. I can understand that completely then, yeah. If you couldn't play metal for a living, what would you be doing right now?
Social security. I don't know. I would probably be working somewhere. I did used to work in a music shop and stuff like that, or maybe in the studio. So
Okay.
it's really hard to say, but something that involved music in one way or another, I would imagine, like a music store or something like that.
Okay.
Or maybe a drug addict lying in the street.
I hope not.
hard to say.
Besides being the lead guitarist of DIMMU BORGIR, you are a founding member of Old Man's Child. Between those two bands, do you ever have any time to relax from tours?
Yeah, I mean, we are busy when we're busy, but at the same time, we have a lot of time off, We tour a lot when we release an album, but then we go home, then we have this, some time off for a few months or whatever. And when we also make the music, that's also sort of time off because, we meet up for 4 or 5 hours every day and then we go home. So there's a lot of time as a musician. And we're not like a band that tours for 2 years straight. So I think we're a lot more fortunate than people that have a regular job or people that have to travel a lot in a normal job. Because even though we work a lot, we also have a lot of time off. So.
Okay.
But it's mostly busy, like a year or 1 year after the album is released. It's kind of busy, but then we also have a year or two off. So, yeah.
Because I know you just released Slaves of the, or not just, I guess, but you released Slaves of the World in 2009, and now you're on with DIMMU BORGIR now, and then. Are you going to go back and write another album with Old Man's Child next year or the year after?
I'm not really that active at the moment because the contract is done, so I'm just figuring out what I want to do, and I want to work and focus on DIMMU BORGIR right now. So, but you never know with me. I mean, I can change my mind in 1 month and then decide to go in the studio in 2 months' time. So. But right now I have to find out what if I want a new contract and what label and stuff like that. So we'll see. But I'm pretty impatient, so yeah.
Okay,
Only
cool.
time will tell.
And any exciting upcoming plans for DIMMU BORGIR? I know after the U.S. you're heading back to Europe, and you have something going on in Norway, right? You said, but
yeah, and we have I think in February we're going to Australia. We've never been there before, so that's going to be awesome. We're also going to Japan and New Zealand. So that's the newest plan, and then we have some festivals in the summer in Europe, and then our plan is to come back to America. And we really like touring here, so we want to come here at least one more time for this album. So
great!
Hopefully we can pull that off.
Well, we want you to come back.
Cool. Yeah, we like being here. So
thank you very, very, very much.
Yeah, thank you, man. That was a good one.